Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sportsball Podcast. Jersey Joe Archino back here, and breaking news, Robert Griffin III has found his new home, and his new home is the Cleveland Browns. Now, clearly he's been one of the guys whose name has been in circles as soon as the Redskins released him, which we all knew was going to come, and now his new home, of course, the Cleveland Browns, and he's pretty excited about the opportunity. The new Browns head coach Hugh Jackson, basically, I like what he said kind of sold him on him, and he basically said that he's not in the business of babying people. He asks tough questions, and he expects those tough questions to be answered. And he said RG3 answered all those things and was responsible for them and just answered them without trying to hide away or shy away from anything, and that really impressed him. And clearly, I don't think that any of us have ever had any doubts about the integrity of Robert Griffin III. I think sometimes the things that have been a major concern have been the work ethic things. When you have rumors and reports that people in the locker room question your quarterback's work ethic, how hard they're working, that's something that's very difficult to wrap your head around and to feel comfortable around it. Certainly, though, I'm sure that was one of the questions that was asked because, again, if you're going to ask the tough questions, the work ethic thing has been something we've heard before. That's something that would have to have been asked by Hugh Jackson, but now the Browns, they go and they continue their never-ending search for the next quarterback. Will Robert Griffin III finally give them some degree of stability at that position? And look, I think based on everything we've seen from RG3, I don't know how you could say that there's certainty there. Certainly, aside from his rookie year, there has been no certainty in his career in the NFL. And for a team that's been looking for a quarterback for so long, I don't know what you would expect to believe that you have in RG3 to give you that degree of certainty. And certainly, people will always look at his rookie year and try to say, well, what happened? How can he recapture that form? And to be honest, when you look at his rookie year, I think it's a little deceiving. A lot of that success was tied to the offense that they tried to run there. Shanahan had Alfred Morris that season, and Alfred Morris's rookie year there was his best season. That took a lot of pressure off RG3. Again, RG3 had 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, but they put him in positions where he wasn't really consistently slinging the ball down the field. They really made that a read option offense where the running game had the heavy influence, and RG3 really didn't have to do a tremendous amount of things. When you look at a guy like him, they have that immediate success, then defenses learn to adjust, and as the quarterback should be learning more and have more options at their disposal, they have to make it more limited for him. It's the same thing with Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, instead of adding more to his game, San Francisco had to simplify the offense for him. And when you're getting better in the NFL and when you're learning more, that should not be a problem. Look at Cam Newton. Cam Newton, when he came into the NFL, he had a limited skill set. But now that he's kind of been there and done that, and he's kind of proven himself, he's only adding more and more elements to his game. He's a much more dynamic quarterback now. He reads defenses better now. He just has an unlimited potential on the football field now, and that doesn't always happen with guys. When you have to simplify the offense after they've been in the league for a few seasons, that is a major red flag there. But clearly he has found a home in the Cleveland Browns, and I think this kind of shuts the door on the Colin Kaepernick interest to the Browns thing, because that was a rumor floating around a week or two ago, and I think now we can kind of close the door on that one, because RG3 and the Browns, clearly this is now the marriage. They are tied together. RG3 excited about it. Washington does make a road trip to play Cleveland next season, so that will be a lot of fun getting to watch that matchup play out between Cousins and between RG3. But it really just does all come down to, can Cleveland recapture that one season form that we saw of RG3? And biggest of all, can the guy stay healthy for an entire season? It's so difficult for a guy like that to try to play that the way that he wants to play in the NFL, because again, defenses adjust. Guys are bigger, guys are stronger, and guys are faster. You're not going to last in the NFL playing the way that he did. I mean, his rookie season, the punishment that he was taking, you knew he was not going to last from that mere fact alone. And I always compare the rookie class he comes into, a guy like Andrew Luck, a guy like Russell Wilson, and then RG3. Russell Wilson, though, is the smartest runner in the NFL. He really does not get punished when he runs because he runs when he has to, and he makes sure he always has that right escape route where he's not going to take too much punishment. A guy like RG3 just has reckless abandon when he runs, and that's the competitor in him. You're not thinking about taking those hits, but you have to. When you've been injured as much as he has, and when that's really put him in the position where he's in now, those injuries, you have to be thinking about that. And clearly he has to make a lot of adjustments if he wants to be the guy here and he wants to recapture that form that made a lot of people fall in love with him his rookie season. But the Browns, it doesn't give you too much certainty and too much comfort because of how much they've struggled finding their quarterback, that now a guy like RG3, where there's so much doubt in him already, this is the team that he has chosen to go to. I mean, if you're kind of a cynic, I think you kind of say, well, it's a match made in heaven. And if you're kind of an optimist, you would say, well, maybe it's a place where he needs a second chance. They need a quarterback. It's kind of a opportunity where they both kind of need each other. But regardless of the fact, the work ethic things need to be worked out. There's no question about that. You can't be a starting quarterback in this league and have people questioning your work ethic. That has to be dispelled right away. And he has a chance now to go in day one and to prove all those people wrong and to really set that standard for the work ethic department. He should be the hardest working guy in the building if he wants to be the leader of this Cleveland Browns team. And when you're a quarterback, that's just what it is. You are the leader. You're the most important player on the team. You have the most important position that leads to your team's success. So from day one, from the opening second, that's the standard that he needs to set. And then, of course, it comes down to being smart with his athleticism. He has a tremendous gift, but that gift comes with a price sometimes when you try to overuse it. And I think clearly with a guy like Hugh Jackson, who I always liked, I always thought deserved a second chance as a head coach in this league, he will certainly see what he can do. But until then, Jersey Joe Archino here with the Sports Vault. Robert Griffin III has found his new home in the Cleveland Browns. And until next time, follow me on Twitter at Joe Archino and on Instagram, Jersey_Joe_Archino. And I'll see everybody next time.